Well, hello, you all, and welcome to you know what, you all, I call it night school. And I am so excited that I have some special people here with me on this evening. They are the founders of Black San Diego. That is Cherie and that is Tanisha. And I also have McKenna Garganu, Celebrity Events My McKenna. And you all know what here? I wanted to have them all on because, as you all know, we've been talking about community. And one thing about them is the fact that they built something in San Diego, and we really, really need to know how they built it, why they decided to build, and the things that they may have dealt with and gone through in the process of the building of it all. We're dealing with so much going on right about now. And so I wanted us to go into a space in which we get the opportunity to hear from them. They are the founders, you all. And now we get a chance to hear from them and they get a chance to share with us on this evening. So welcome to the platform, Tanisha and Cherie and McKenna. How are you all?
Hey, thanks for having us. Good.
Good. In the meantime, as you all see, I'm trying to share my information here on our Facebook page. Once again, welcome you all to our platform. If you are in the chat, say hello to us, as well as if you are listening to this a little bit later on, you are so appreciated. If you have any questions for them, feel free to ask them as well in the chat. So, ladies, come in and share a little bit about yourselves. And then we want to talk a little bit about Black San Diego as well. Who wants to go first?
I'll start off. How y'all doing? I am Tanisha Smith, native San Diegan, born and raised, everything right here in San Diego. Just love my community and where I came from. I probably left once to go to school in Northridge for one school year and came right back. So no place like home type of feel. I am a mother, a wife, a graduate, and just doing all the things now, business owner, nonprofit owner, and just moving through this thing we call life.
That's what's up. As the young folks say, that's what's up, right?
Mm-hmm. She also forgot like educator of the year, teacher of the year, something like that. You were trying to cut yourself short, and there are so many other things. Yes.
Can't tell that.
So I'll go. My name is Cherie Jones. I was raised in San Diego. I did go away for a little bit to Long Beach State, and then just like Tanisha said, came right back after I finished. And now I'm a real estate broker. I actually own my own brokerage. I have about 6 agents that are underneath me. We handle like all of Southern California. And then I'm also a wife and a mother and just all things community-based and, nonprofit, all the things. We do it all. I don't think people realize that between like me and Tanisha, we have like 11 kids. So people are like, did you approve my post? We have 11 kids.
11. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Hey, that's a good number though, right? Between the two of you, that's a good number. Hey, LJ, good to see you. That's a good number. We appreciate that. Because you're populating the land for the next generation to go forth and do their thing and to even make the world better. Yes, McKenna.
Hey, everybody. My name is McKenna Garganu. My company is called Celebrity Events by McKenna. I've been in the special event planning industry for 25 years. I produce clean comedy shows, wellness events for women. I do PR, event marketing for small business and corporations. And right now I'm working on a global project where we're in 22 different countries. But now I have spanned it to a worldwide international opportunity. So I'm really grateful for that. And I just love my community. I'm born and raised in San Diego, California. I created my event planning company because there was not enough things for us to do but the club. And so it was a time where I was like, get tired of that, that thing. So I created, something, I went to performing arts school here in San Diego, California. Did ballet, jazz, and tap. And so I love performing arts. And so me getting into the comedy scene was perfect. And now I've been in the industry for 20 years, have did over 100 some shows over the years because of that. So I'm about bringing culture to people, bringing classy, entertainment. I'm about creating spaces for people to feel like family. My family is not from here. We come from the South. I was born here. My parents come from the South. So I always like to bring, the Southern energy that I got raised up in by my parents to Cali to make people feel welcome and warm and hospitable.
Mm-hmm. That's what it's all about, you guys. And so building community, you guys, and I always talk about, is everything. And that's why I wanted to talk to you all this afternoon. I think a lot of times this year for 2025, for me, it's been about building community. So I want to hear from you all. Why did you all decide to build Black San Diego? Because just like we shared with many people, you all have a plethora of members as part of the group, over 48,000 plus, and it was not easy to build. So my question to you all is, why did you do it in San Diego? Of course, you're from there, but what made you want to build community?
One is because people were always asking, especially if they're not from here, where are the Black people at in San Diego? So it just stemmed from a question or from a post on Facebook, like, hey, where are our Black folks in San Diego? Where are the business owners? Shout them out, post them, let us know where they are. From there, Sheree hopped on, and this is crazy because we are childhood friends, ran track together. She hopped on and was like, hey, I'm right here. I have a real estate company. I think that I can hop in and assist in what it is you're trying to bring out of the city right here.
That was it. Because people were asking, what is it for us to do?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And if you're not from San Diego, you really don't know where to go. And I think being from San Diego, we know where to get the food or where to get certain services or just where to hang out at. And if you're, especially if you're a military town and you're coming here and you're like, I just want to get a haircut. Where can I get a haircut? There was nothing that had that. And people just want a sense of community. So since we don't have a Black actual neighborhood here in San Diego, we essentially created an online Black community.
Now that's interesting. There's actually no Black community in San Diego?
Spread out. It's like
there's no
Yeah, it's a small town feel, but it's a big city. And so we're spread out all over. You're not going to find us living in just one particular space. There is a space where there are more Black folks than others. Right. But we're all spread out all throughout the city. So we're going to find us in little pockets here and there.
Because it's a huge city.
It is.
It is definitely huge. And that is
what, 5% of the city?
We're 5.7%. Yeah.
Small but mighty though, because when we do get together, our impact is outrageous.
It definitely is. Yeah. Did you wanted to say something else?
I would say that it was at one time. I grew up in a Black neighborhood, Southeast San Diego, in predominantly Black neighborhood. From it was teachers, pastors, people work for the city, so we had, a Martin Luther King parade right there in Imperial Avenue where there was a lot of Black businesses and went down from there all the way down to Imperial Avenue. So my whole experience being in San Diego was a Black experience. But then, things changed with jobs, market, all the stuff, things going up over the years, and the real estate went up out here. And that's when more people start moving out of the city. And now, of course, social media happened. So with the blessings that you guys have created is that connection. At one time we did have a Black radio station, with, oh my God, Cheryl Morris. Oh my God, I'm trying to remember his name right now.
Also Toddy.
Wilmore, yeah. And I remember this doing 92.5. It had the SOS, interviews they did, a teen show they had. And it was Blackness for one time. We had that time, but we have to now, because of all the changes that happened You know, we have to really create experience on purpose now, intentionally, all the time because of that.
Adapt to the times.
Mm-hmm.
Adapting to the times. I like that. So now too, when you all talk about empowering community, because that's part of you all's mission, to empower a community.
Absolutely.
What do you all actually mean by that, to empower? Because people have different ways or terms of, or meanings of, okay, we want to empower people to, you know, get out and do one thing, but in essence, our way of thinking to empower people to what? Build business, to get out and learn new things. What is you all's definition of empowerment and the actual real mission of Black San Diego as well?
I see it as two main categories with us, and one is we have the directory, the other is we have the B6 program. All right, so the directory is basically letting folks know where you can support Black-owned businesses, where the Black-owned businesses are, who owns the business, how you can support them consistently, not just when it's trendy and when things are happening, or when somebody was unalived by a police officer, then yeah, let's go purchase Black. No, all year round, this directory is staying up on so that folks, when they're visiting from out of town, or even when they're right here in town, you can continuously support Black-owned businesses. And that could mean anything from sharing their business on your own page, from popping in weekly if it's an in-store service, just continuously pushing those businesses and giving them a platform so that folks can see them and support. In the P6, Cherie could probably talk more to that, but these are the two ways that we are supporting and empowering our community.
And empowering the community.
So our B6 program was actually created during COVID, when a lot of businesses were shut down and there was a lot of funding that was coming around, like from government or any local or state, city, whatever. A lot of our community business owners couldn't qualify for grant funding because they didn't have like financial statements or a license or insurance, just whatever the requirements were. And so we did research to figure out, like, what do you need to be a legit business in San Diego? And so it's 6 items. And so that's why we call it the B6 program. And we're really driving, like, do you have these 6 items? And keep on pushing and pushing. And then this year we took it even further, and we do once a month workshops, webinars. They're online, they're free, but it's by an expert. So we had like an attorney, a Black attorney. We make sure our speakers look like our community. Yeah. And so they'll come in and they'll speak, and you get direct access to experts for free. Again, emphasis. And so then now we are going to have one this month too. That's going to be, we have 2 this month that are going to be in person, but really it's just a B6 program is like empowering business owners to think bigger and outside the box, and not just being like, well, I'm a hustler and the hustle mentality, and I'm just going to be right here in San Diego, and there's no growth, there's no nothing. And so the B6 program is really start, develop, and sustain your business so that we can think beyond the boundaries of San Diego.
Oh, that's good. So you all hear that, who will be listening to the replay, and you all hear they have what is called a B6 program, which is definitely all part of empowering the community. And remember, you all said you also have a catalog.
Directory,
yeah. Directory. So for you all that might be looking for different things, or people that are in different industries, people can always find you all by actually either joining the Black San Diego and finding the directory there, because I know you all also have a newsletter. I get them every month.
And on the website, ourbsd.com, that's actually where you can list your business if you do have one. And there's levels. You can list it for free, or you can go up in the levels where you have more access, and folks can have more access to you the more that you put into it.
You all hear that? Okay, so I mean, it's there. Oh, hey, LJ, thank you. And so I want people to know that you are not alone. And many times we're looking for other businesses, or we're looking for information. Black San Diego, they have the information there for you. And if you have not joined them, you can even find them on Facebook, Black San Diego. I have been a part, I think it's been a minute. How long have you been a part as well, McKenna? I know you've been there forever.
I've been there since my husband told me about Tanisha. They're educators. And he said, I know somebody that's doing a mixer I think you guys had it off on Imperial Avenue. There used to be a place over there.
I was in there.
Yeah. And my husband's like, you need to go over there. She's real cool and meet her because they doing this thing for Black businesses. And so I literally been knowing you guys since you guys started. I didn't get a chance to go because I had something going on, and he just kept on saying, when they do something, do this, do that. And my husband been very supportive since the very beginning. You know, he talked very highly because I think, Tanisha, he had a few of your children in elementary school.
That's what we say about having like this it's a big city, but it's a small time field, because two of my children were in his class at he's a PE teacher. But then also our kids ended up going to school, or another batch of my kids ended up going to elementary school together. And so we are a community that we are going to cross paths a lot. And so it's important to show each other that we have each other's back, because we're going to need each other. We're going to need that support.
Now, I know you guys have been very supportive of all of our events, you know, from me doing the comedy shows, or even from my husband doing the run group he has for African American males. Is like people are finding out what to do, and you know, in Black San Diego. And then one of the things I know was a plus last year, one of my clients had a big conference that came down to San Diego. It was for a fraternity, and we were able to use that Black directory you guys have to tell them what to do, because they wanted to come and support Black business in San Diego. It was for Juneteenth, and so it was cool that we had something where they really wanted to spend money with us. And so having that, I don't know anybody else who took the time to, you know, put something together like that, so people can know, like, oh, there's a brewery in Chula Vista that's Black owned. You know, there's a coffee house, you know, Space Bar. You know, I'm thinking, I found that there's like a place, a restaurant that to come. I found there was a supper club or something like that was downtown that open. I don't know if it's still open, where they're playing neo soul or something, but just different things for people to do in their city. It's very important
to find it out, right? And even people from the surrounding areas, because I want more and more people to understand about community and why it is so necessary for us to connect and be with one another. Because even as I was sharing with Tanisha a little bit earlier, a lot of times people are just sitting at home trying to figure out, what is it that I can do now? Or they're sitting at home feeling alone, and a lot of times people become depressed.
Right.
They want to do something, but where do I go? How can I connect with people? What's out there for me? Especially maybe I have a business that I have on my own, or maybe I just want to go somewhere and hang out. Right. You know, one thing that I do love, and I want you all to talk a little bit more about it, because I know Sharice shared a little bit in regards to you all. It's called the B6 that is happening right now. And I got a chance to come in last week. I think it was someone that was there talking about taxes.
Yes.
It was great information in regards to that. Tell us a little bit more in regards to the different topics of discussion that you all will also be sharing in regards to that. And then when is the next mixer? Because I know the last time we were at, where were we at? I forgot where we was. We were having a good time somewhere.
Yeah, it was in Del Mar Heights or
Understory. Yes.
Yeah.
That was nice.
So
like,
next
one,
one,
start dance a little bit, doing two steps.
Right.
So we actually have one on Wednesday, June 11th. It's in collaboration with San Diego Melanin. They have their Kinfolk Fest that's on Saturday. And so we're doing a kickoff where we have 3 speakers. We have Tommy from the Mental Bar that will be there on the panel. And then we have Kendrick Dell, which is like a creative. And then we have another person, I think JoJo is her name. And then Lauren from San Diego Melanin will be the moderator. That's from about 6 to 9. I'll have to get the address. It's somewhere downtown, I believe. But that would be the next one. And just being able to ask questions to business owners and how they started, the hiccups. And then we have another one. We haven't dropped the flyer yet on it. So this is first, you hear it here first. But we do have an event on June 25th at Louisiana Purchase. This will be all-inclusive food, but we will have speakers. Me and Tanisha will be speaking about the B6 program and ensuring that everybody has the 6 foundation items. But then we also have an attorney that will be there speaking, and we also will have a marketing person there going over, like, do you have a Google profile? You know, how are you showing up online? Things like that. And the attorney will be there to talk about trademarking and stuff.
Oh, trademarking. Now, you know what? That's good. because a lot of people don't understand what trademarking is all about and why it really is necessary to step out and do it. It can be costly, but as they said many times, I've heard older people say, it costs to be the boss.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Do I need to say that one more time? It costs to be the boss,
Yes.
you all. And
Mhm.
so I want you all to tell me and give me your thoughts in regards to this, because I always say as well, it needs to be a mindset shift. Many times we're looking at, oh, it's going to cost me too much, or I don't have the money for this and that, but we sure go get them nails and that hair and everything else done, right?
I think
But
that
I think,
you go
yes,
ahead. Go finish.
but I think many times we don't look at the fact, but I can make money. If I really invest in me, look at the fact I can make money doing what it is that I need to do. Go right on ahead, Tanisha.
You can make money, yes, one, but then it's you're saving money from the mistakes that you could have made if you did not invest. You know what I'm saying? We know from experience. So just kind of doing things and then learning on the way that okay, if we would have invested in a somebody that was keeping our books and things like that, not trying to do it ourselves, then I could have saved money in the long run. Now I'm going back and spending more money than I would have initially had to. So investing that money at the beginning ends up saving you money in the long run.
Right.
Mhm.
In the long
I
run.
agree. I think when you start cutting corners to try and save money, it end up costing you more money in the long run. I tell my husband this all the time. He's like, I could do it myself. And then I have to go behind him and hire somebody anyways to do the job. So
Yeah.
Come on
yeah.
now.
Yes.
So I
Right.
think it is like, people, I mean, coming even from like real estate, people are like, oh, I don't want to get a trust because it's $2,500. And then somebody passes away and now your house is through probate and it's costing you way more than $2,500. And so that's the point that we try to get to with our business owners of like investing in yourself. The money will definitely come back if you have like those systems in place, the trademark in place, the business, the accountant in place. And I think, we said too, we have the accountant on the line. I think we pay $80 an hour. That saves us so much time. And she just does the books and does everything that we need. And so you figure how many times do you blow $80 in a month?
It's very
just
true.
Food, just going out to eat. You spend that real.
That money is gone just like that.
Right.
Mhm.
And I'm glad we're here and we're talking about this, because there has to be a mindset shift on, I need to take care of these things here to ensure that my business grows and that I'm surrounding myself with the right people that know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
And so that way I don't have to fail. I don't have to just keep making the mistakes over and over again. Now I need to go to someone else to pay more money to fix this.
I think one of the things that I've learned LaTanya, just from being in the business is that a lot of people don't have mentorship, because I have like 7 mentors and I accumulate them over the years. I have my comedy mentors. Then I have my financial coach. Then I have my for my travel, industry, I have 2 coaches for that, and then I even have a life coach, and I have someone doing for a financial advisor. So who are you asking the questions to? I think it's very important for you to take classes and conferences and different things, to get the information, but who's going to hold you accountable for the information you learn? Who's going to make sure you get it done? I know my financial coach is a multimillionaire. So his perspective when it comes to money is different from someone who's only making, say, 6 figures. They're looking at 10, 20 years from now. Where do you want to be in your life, right? So you want people who's stretching you all the time, asking the hard questions, make you think. So that way you won't make those mistakes. So that's why sometimes people just don't know, because I know my mentor, I call her my spiritual mama. She was hard on me. She could read me. I couldn't even tell a story if I thought of one, because she could read my body language and my mind and say, look, we can't do it like this. And I needed her, because when those times got hard, especially in the comedy world where the entertainment is straight fierce and competitive, there was times I didn't want to go out there no more. But she made me realize you got to be strong. You got to restructure. Okay, what's your strategy? Then I had to go back to the drawing board and go again and go again. So who is helping you with those hard times? And I realized this from working with different entrepreneurs over the years, they never had anybody mentoring them. And that's why half the mistakes they made, they fell on their face, because no one told them the right things to do.
That's good. That's good. And then my other question to you all, I want you all to share this information, because remember, you all have over 48,000 plus people, which means it comes with a whole lot of personality.
That's the truth.
So my question
Well,
to you all
that hit the spot when you said that.
But my question to you all again is in regards to this, and if you all have questions in the chat, please feel free to ask as well. Thank you all for being here and for sharing as well. But I want to ask you all as well, because this is what I see happening a lot of times with people. Many times they're here, or everybody thinks that they know what to do. And so it's like, okay, this is here for you, this can help you, but all of a sudden you hear everybody like, well, I know what I'm doing, I know what I'm doing, I know what I'm doing. Have you all experienced things like that? And what has been, I mean, what has been with people in regards to that? And especially when you're you're trying to take people up higher. Stop laughing.
Definitely, we have. I think a couple weeks ago, somebody was in the group saying, I'm not hard to find, I'm a legit business. Like, he was going in, and I was like, he said something that sparked, and I said, well, if you're not filing taxes, then you're not really a business owner. And he said, well, I'm not ready for that yet. And I left him there because Tanisha she taught me a couple years ago, because I was getting frustrated of like, we have these things in a group that are for the community, and all of them are not on board. And she was like, just focus on the ones that get it, and then the other ones will come later. So I think it's just like one of those things of, let's just focus on who wants the information. Like, if you build it, they will come. So I think it's just like one of those things of just keep putting the information out there. They'll eventually come back around when they're ready, especially if they see everybody thriving and moving. I feel like they will definitely come. San Diego, our community, unfortunately, is like they do things when it's popular. And so you just have to keep pushing forward, and they'll kind of get on there from there.
And that is a thing. Like, a lot of times when it comes to going out and having a good time, everyone wants to show up, all those good things that you're happening and having a good time. But when it comes to the business aspect of everything, you have a less amount of people that want to show up because of it. And I don't know, what do you all think that's what the reasoning is behind that? Especially now, people are working 9 to 5, and a lot of folk hate their job. And there are so many people that really, really want to step out and do more. But do you think that's fear? What do you all think what's really, really going on here mentally?
It is fear. You comfortable? You know what I'm saying? You got a check coming in. It might not be what you wanted it to be, but it's just the fear of the unknown. You know what I mean? And starting a business, if that's what it is, it's overwhelming. We have a B6. That's the basic 6 things, but there is so many more than 6. And so when you're thinking about the big picture and not just thinking like, oh, just go take it one step at a time, then it can seem like I will never get this done. But literally, when you just first take that first step, you'll see that the other steps start to get a little easier. They might throw a little hurdle in there every once in a while. You got to jump a little higher, but it's if you taking these things one step at a time. So it's like, just, okay, I want to start this business, but I don't have my name, or I don't know where to file, or I don't know how I'm supposed to get this permit, or where am I? Sometimes like a seller's permit, for example, is free, but people are thinking like, oh, I got to get a seller's permit, and it's not that hard. Once you go out and go and do it, it's free. So just not knowing what to expect, and then just being comfortable, not the fear of being uncomfortable. Like, oh, if I do this is something that I've never done before, and then not listening to God. Like he done told you a couple times, get up out of there, and you still there. Like, hey, you better.
Not just trying to preach today.
A hunch.
Okay.
It's like being uncomfortable and like making excuses. And like me, when I finally left corporate, like I was crying, like, how am I going to pay my bills? How am I going to do all these things? Like, all these things came about. And so I know if I felt that way, and I'm pretty sure other people probably would feel that way. And so I think it's just a matter of like meeting people where they're at and allowing them to take their time to do that. But then also kind of giving a little push of like, hey, you just have to jump out there and get it. Worst case, you can always go back to corporate if you want to, but try this and see what it looks like.
Try this and see what it looks like. And I definitely believe when you have people that have that same mindset to do and to get out and let's go, let's push through, it makes it a little bit more easy that, of letting go of that fear as well. And I think LJ says, even comment, instability of the times we live in can also be a deterrent. Unfortunately, that is so true, because now we're trying to figure out, I need to be stable. What can I do to keep my job? I need to make sure I have money coming in. And now, and unfortunately, you got folk now like getting the pink slip or whatever slip they getting. You don't have a job tomorrow. Now what? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and so
I think what it is too, the time is that we get back to the mom and pops era where we used to do for ourselves. Because we got comfortable, like Tanisha was saying, with the, having a good job, knowing that you have your, your retirement plan coming, your pension plan, good benefits, everything. Now, corporate America is looking at it like, man, you costing me. I see you on the internet all day long, scrolling when you're supposed to be working. You taking all these extra vacations, and the time you spend at the job, you only doing like 2-3 hours of work. Do I really need you? Okay. And then also you're looking at the technology that we have now, or everything's a lot faster. And some people who are, who are older can't keep up with the technology. The young people can. So they're getting things done faster. So the whole paper trail and all that stuff is not needed. So they're downsizing, seeing about, it's about the bottom line. It never was about providing jobs and helping us to thrive. It was about us working for them, pushing their vision, making sure they make a lot of money. And then when the bottom line comes, they say, wait, this costs much, they'll start cutting like crazy. So we have to remember, what did we do before we start working into their communities? What were we doing before? We were serving each other, working with each other. If it was a plumber and you went to that plumber in your community, it was you had church, people who were able to teach. I remember my mom was saying like a lot of her teachers were African-Americans because it was a segregated school. So we're getting back to the place where we have to depend on each other. That's why Black San Diego is so important. So we can know what each other do, so we can support each other when it comes to where our dollars are spent, because we do have to get to a point. It's going to get harder out there. It's almost like an indicator, from God saying, look out for yourself first. The people who really do love you, and stop giving your money to people who just kind of use you when they need you, in a sense.
Yeah, because it's a lot. Did you have something else that you all wanted to share in regards to that?
No, every other community, they get down like that. You know what I'm saying? Every other, and when no questions asked, like ain't nobody question why you go into a certain spot and they got the mom and the daddy and the kids all working in the same place. And if it's not the mom and the daddy, it's somebody that looks like them and speaks their same language. And nobody has a question about that. But as soon as Black people do it, then there's all these questions. So I'm thinking like, stop worrying about what outside people think or have to say about it, because they're doing the same things. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta like do for ourselves.
Right, because look at the Asian community. I mean, undeniably,
right.
Got their own banks and everything, you all. And I think many times we go in suspicious of one another. I don't know about you. You sure about that?
Overly
critical of one another. And it's like, we are some smart folk. I mean, we're educated. You know what? Coming from, thank you so much, LJ. Exactly. Yes, community building is key. You know what I began to realize, you all, especially being a professor at the college, the more and more I learn and the more I see, and I've learned over the years that at the end of the day, we all bring something to the table. I don't care if you do have letters behind your name, because I've seen some, I don't want to say the S word, but I've seen some folk that really ain't got it together. And many times it's like, you have to know what it is that you bring to the table, and don't be so fearful or like intimidated because of someone else, because they may have letters behind their name. Yes, we go and we get educated, we do all these things, but we all have to realize the fact that we bring stuff to this table, and we are some smart folk, and we are inventors, we are innovators, we have all of these great things going on. So we cannot give up on us.
Right.
Yes.
You all, we cannot give up on us, because we have some great things in store for so many people. Now, what else do you all have coming up, that, or what is that main focus that you want people to really, really see as part of Black San Diego? I mean, because everyone has this ultimate thing going on. What is you all's?
Mhm.
It's the Black Hub. Like, this is where you can come and
Yes.
Black. This is where you can come and figure out where to go on the weekend. This is where you can come and see your folks and have a safe space. I know folks kind of get irritated that there are others in the group, but literally the others in the group are because we want to promote Black-owned businesses, and other people always want to get what we are selling. And so it's not that we're promoting other businesses, but we want folks to be able to spend with Black businesses. So, just providing that space for people to grow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not enough of us for us to unfortunately sustain within our community. So we need other people to come and buy with us and shop with us and use our services. And so I think that that's really important that people understand. But I mean, overall, Black San Diego is really any and everything Black in San Diego. So like she said, events, resources, businesses, housing, you name it. Like, that's really what the group is about. We're revamping our directory right now, which we have a Black-owned company that's doing it. Black-owned. We make sure that whatever we're doing, we try and get Black-owned and really just kind of throw money into the community. It's like putting your money where your mouth is. So we make sure that we do that. But overall, I mean, the remaining of the year is definitely B6 and just kind of supporting whatever businesses are coming along. So we do a lot of work with San Diego Melanin, which I mentioned earlier. They have Blanket Sounds that's coming up through the summer, and it's just like a free concert in the park. You bring your blanket, you bring your cooler, you can bring your wine as long as it's not in a bottle, a glass bottle. But those are some ways that we're just kind of pushing through in San Diego, just like supporting whoever's already doing something.
Supporting doing stuff.
Yes. And one thing I like about Juicery is, like, once in a while we'll put in there, so make sure you put in an event that is supporting Black experience or is a Black event. Be real clear about that, because it's not for us to be putting just anything in there. And that sends a message to people that who are coming in, who do want to support us. It's like, you come in, but it's gonna be our stuff. Let's make that clear.
Right. Yeah, because it's like, I understand, like, and two, what people need to understand, like, sometimes, like, people are in the group that are non-Black, but they have Black children, and so they want to come in there like, hey, how can, my daughter needs her hair braided, or hey, my kids need to be connected to the community, but just don't post your business in there, and it's just like, you could come in the group, you can hang out, but you need to be able to support and, like, really push through with the mission and vision of Black San Diego.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
I love it.
Good.
Yeah,
Tanisha, I think
we got
Tanisha wanted to-
Juneteenth coming up. Block party in partnership with Louisiana Purchase next. What is that? Thursday on Juneteenth.
June 19th. Yes.
June 19th. It's from
June
like
19th.
12 to 7, and it's at Louisiana Purchase, and they're blocking off the whole block, and we're just celebrating Juneteenth on the actual day. We have a lot of events on the weekend before and the weekend after, but this event is actually on Juneteenth, and so inviting everybody to come out to that. We're bringing Dago Eats there. Dago Eats do once a year in February, where we have Black-owned a majority food vendors, but every vendor is welcome, and we get down with the food, because that literally is us listening to the community, and folks, if they're not from San Diego, when they come, they're like, hey, y'all, we know y'all love tacos, but we want some good soul food. We want this.
Where the barbecue? Where the hands at? Okay, don't play.
Don't forget that. I still like by my hand to get personal.
Me too. I need to learn all the dances. Yeah, but, check us out Juneteenth next week.
Yeah.
Okay, so you all hear that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yes, sorry. And we have brunch on Saturday at Understory in Del Mar. We are partnering with Uncle Near's, which is a Black-owned whiskey company. And it's on Saturday from 12 to 4. And it will be from June, July, and August once a month. So look out for those flyers. But if they do a full-on tasting, you can get to taste Uncle Near's for free. And then they have craft cocktails with Uncle Near's as well.
All right, if you all want to jump in the car with me, come on, because I remember that place. We had a great time.
Very nice, very nice. Upscale.
It was very nice. The food was delicious. Everything was so. Come on, you all could come with me. Whoever sees the replay, I don't know. I got to see who's gonna let in my car.
We're serious about the Black owner. Even Understory, Black owner, Black mixologist. But from the beginning, when we first started, had somebody asking folks to make our Black San Diego banner, and they're looking at the name Black San Diego and not wanting to make the banner, like feeling some sort
So they don't feel comfortable making a banner that says Black San Diego.
Right. And that helped fuel us to like really mess with our people. Like, this is who we are. We're going to have networking events in a Black owned space. We're going to hook up with other Black owned vendors. And that has, like, there's times where, we're partnering or we have sponsorships for other folks, but 98.9% of the time we are partnering with our folks because that's where it is.
And that was another thing. And I wanted that was another thing. It's like, how do people really feel? Because you're saying Black San Diego. Right. It's like, do people, feel like strange by saying the words, or like you were saying, other vendors, I don't feel comfortable doing this here. But okay, so that's another thing that a lot of people have to get through and have to get by as well, because that's real.
Right.
Well, it's only for us, though. I mean, you can say, like, I'm going to, Chicano Park, or you can say, like, Latin this, brown this, everything. But when it comes to saying, Black, they feel it's like clutching their purse of, like,
can I say that? Is it okay if I say? But I'm like,
that's feel like we're there's something.
Yeah, they feel like reverse racism, or like we're trying to, segregate everybody. And it's like, no, like, we've been so behind for so long that we're just trying to, like, get ourselves together so that way we can come back into the community as a whole. But it's like, we can't come out in the community and we're so broken, or like we're so far behind. And I think that's what we want people to understand, of like, we're not trying to segregate. We're not trying to do anything. It's not reverse racism. We're just trying to support our community in a way that's inclusive, so that way they feel comfortable going out into other spaces and with confidence to say, like, yes, I'm a Black-owned business, or yes, I am this, or whatever. Because even like when we started Black San Diego, I was trying to grow my real estate business, and I would go to spaces that there would be no other Black people there. And it was almost like I had to beg for a seat at the table and say, like, well, I'm college educated, I'm a real estate broker, I have all of these things. And then it was like, oh, come sit with us. And I was like, if I feel this way, I'm pretty sure other people. And that's why we're like, let's do a networking event just for us. And we were only supposed to do one event, y'all, like just one. And then they said, well, this is nice. Y'all need to keep going. And here we are 9 years later and keep going.
Because I know I definitely enjoy myself every time I come out. That is for sure. That is for sure. LJ had a question. This is good. How do you all navigate during this anti-DEI attack?
We just keep pushing. I mean, I know that funding is being cut. Since we are a nonprofit, we definitely are getting city and county and state funding. And we know that some funding is being cut, or it's going to be less, or just out to zero. So then that's when the community has to come around, and we have to just like really support one another, because we are surviving off of grants. And if they're cutting those grants, then a lot of our funding gets, a lot of our programs get cut too. So it's like, how do we navigate it? We still just keep pushing forward as like the money is there. And then until it goes away, then we just pivot and do something else.
That's it.
This is a good time because it exposes who's not really for us. You know what I mean? Just like
exactly.
Stop going to Target. You know what I mean? We know right now when push come to shove who's really down and who's not. then when we are thriving again, or when all of this goes away, because I don't think it's gonna last forever. It's gonna hit us, but it's not gonna last. But when it's done, then we know who was really messing with us and who wasn't. Like now you're
That's real.
So we're going to a serious wake up call right now. And it's, at some point, it's like intentional, because it's like, I told you all the time, do you think they be as educated as we are today? And then with technology, we're able to reach out beyond these. And I heard one of you guys say that, we want to go stand beyond. So the internet gives us power to be able to communicate and connect and do business all over the world. They're doing well, because of YouTube, social media. So it's like that fear of someone possibly could take over or get back to being their great self again, the next kings and queens of who we really originally are. So I think every time we come together, when they push us together, if we pay attention, we can become more powerful, more energetic, happier, successful. So let them keep on thinking what they will, because it's our time to shine. And when we come together, we shine a lot brighter. That's what I've seen over and again. And I purposely hire more people for talent that are African American. My whole purpose of my business was to showcase us. And so I never looked into trying to be like everyone else. I didn't want to. I wanted it to be a business that support Black people. So it's okay for us to say it. It's okay for us to acknowledge it, and we don't have to apologize for it. We've been apologizing too long. Too long. Not for, sometimes when people say things, I just look at them and say, "Do you expect me to answer that?"
Yeah, that's good.
I just don't have time for it no more. I'm here to get my work done right now.
Right. And LJ says, okay, change the lingo when writing grants. That's a thought. Okay. That's okay with you can keep asking questions, LJ, and you can come with me at the next Black San Diego function. You good. We can ask more questions there too. What do you all think about that, about changing the lingo when asking for money? Because one thing, money's still out there. It's just, what do you all think about that? Do you change the lingo, or what do we do?
So we haven't tried that yet. The only thing is, our name is Black San Diego, so that's
What you gonna do with it?
Yeah, that's kind of the hard part of it. But not only that, especially like a lot of the city and county grads that we do write, they all know who we are. So that would be, but luckily, because they do know who we are, they really kind of have our back on a lot of these grants and funding too.
Yeah, and you do have people that really, really are about that building of the community, especially when they see what you all are doing right now. And there's so much going on, you all, in our world. Look at what's happening downtown Los Angeles right now. But they've come together and they're protesting against what, the injustice that's happening. And so even in the midst of everything, even in the midst of all this chaos that we still see happening, we are still here. We are still together. We're still about building. We're still about community. We are still about supporting one another. The key thing is, and that I want you all to just share your final thoughts. The key thing is we have to come together. Knowing that you all are here, Black San Diego is here. You all, they have newsletters available. I get the newsletter, I think, is it every week or every month, letting me know everything.
Every 2 weeks.
Every 2 weeks. I know everything that is going on. And even though I live in Lake Elsinore, I can still go somewhere to enjoy what's happening in the San Diego area. So make sure, even with you all from the catalog, I think you guys are putting together, you have your directory, get on the list for the newsletter, because I know many of you all are business owners that you may want to share what you have going on as well. They have the B6 programs that are happening on a weekly basis. And I think now you guys have something else that's coming up in person that you said as well.
Yes.
Coming up soon.
It's still the B6, but instead of online, it's in person.
It's in person. And so that's a great thing. We have to come together, you all. We have to be able to build one another up. And we have to know that we're out here. And what I know, McKenna may not know. What McKenna knows, I don't know. Cherie, Tanisha, all of us, can you imagine we come together as a community and just make the world a better place? Not just for us, but for the people that is coming up behind us.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
even as we end on tonight, if you all have final words that you want to share with us on this evening, that is encouraging, inspiring, you want to educate us, whatever it is, please share.
I just want to tell everybody, tap into the website. It's ourbsd.com. So ourbsd.com. Just in case, these social media folks figure that they don't like the Black in our name and drop our groups. You find us there, go to the website, ourbsd.com. Just look out for things that are happening. We've been working closely with the Black Arts and Culture District. So that was named in 2021, 2022-ish. And so we're working on just working with the folks that are housed in that area. It's 9 blocks of over 20 Black-owned businesses. And so we just been pushing that area. That's where we do have Dago Eats, and there's the Mental Bar. There's Black Contractors Association within that 9 blocks. There's a bunch of Black-owned businesses. And so we're hoping to push that energy to that area so that when folks come, it's not where are the Black-owned businesses. They can come there. They can go to Black San Diego, but that's going to be where we promote each other and push that good energy.
Oh, that's good. That's good. That's good.
Yes.
Anyone else?
Just kind of the same thing. Really just tap in with us. Our newsletter is geared so that way exactly what's going on, and we may not know everything that's going on in the community. People think we do. They're like, did you see my post? I'm like, no, we didn't. But we try and make sure that everything is included in the newsletter, whatever concerts, we have a lot of partnership, like the Old Globe, really exposing our community to different things. The Old Globe, La Jolla Playhouse,
Ready Shell.
We have Ready Shell. We just did Ludacris concert last week. We also have Live Nation, House of Blues. So it really is in the sound. They have a concert. The Black Violinists are here next month. So really and we do a lot of giveaways too. We just did 40 tickets to Trombone Shorty on Saturday. So really kind of tap into our newsletter and stay connected with us. And also if you see something that we're pushing, just share it. If you see it, share it, because the more visibility that it receives, then the more it helps us out as well. So just really kind of, like I said, stay connected, tap in with us, tell everybody about us so we can maybe hit 50,000 people real soon. I feel like we've been stuck at 48,000 for a minute.
That's the goal. That's the goal.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
But really, that's just it. Just staying really connected so we can have that sense of community.
Yeah, that sense of community. I love it. I love it. McKenna, last word. Oh, and LJ, thank you. LJ says, I'm impressed with you ladies, and I will definitely get on the list. Thank you for your time. Never drop your name.
Oh, we're not dropping the name.
Keep the name. Very powerful.
Yes. Last words, McKenna.
Yes, I'll just say, first of all, I love y'all because I watch you guys build it from the ground up. I know with Cherie, I've been knowing your mother before I knew you, and your mom was advocating for it. And mom said, you got to go to one of the Black San Diego mixers, So I just appreciate what you guys have brought to the community, because we need you guys. We need your efforts. We need, your skill set. And I want to continue to support you. As long as I'm in San Diego, I'll definitely be there.
I know that's right. And I don't even live in San Diego, and I'm always down there.
When you're not in San Diego.
I'm still here. I'm flying in.
Jump in the car and keep on pressing. Because at the end of the day, and I'm glad you all here, and I'm glad you all have decided to join and get on the list, you all, because I'm here to tell you, I don't join everything. I'm always paying attention to everything. All right. And so I really, really love Black San Diego because I see what you all are doing inside of the community. And you all know I love business. And so when I start seeing all that going on, I'm like, oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, because we need it in order to in order to keep moving and do the things that we know we need to do and to get out here and to be, we need to know business and we need to know what is available to us to do it. You all, I love the newsletter. I'm telling you all right now, because it keeps me abreast of what's happening. On top of that, if I'm not home, even though people see us, everybody's busy out here in these streets. But you know what? But what's happening when you're not busy or you're home alone? There are a lot of people who are depressed and don't know what to do next. And so as you all continue to build business, as you all continue to step out, and as you all make yourselves more visible to the people, we want you to know that we got your back. We encourage you to keep doing what it is that you're doing, and don't let anything stop you. I know you won't, because we'll be looking at you like, what? You stop?
I'm calling people up and say, "What y'all do?"
We won't let each other quit. I think we quit like every other month. That we won't let each
bounce off each other. She on, I'm off, I'm on.
Yeah. I'm like, I quit.
We always got is each other. All we got is each other, right? So thank you all once again for participating on our night school. You are so appreciated. You all who will watch the replay, you are appreciated as well. Make sure that you sign up for the newsletter, get connected with them on Facebook, get into the directory, because many of us have so much that is happening out here. We love you guys so much, and thank you all for being a part of night school.
Yes.
I so appreciate it. Thank you, McKenna, my road dog.
Oh, my pleasure.
Thank you for having us.
Yes,
You are
thank
so
you.
welcome. See you guys next time. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, because we have so much more information available to you all as well. Love you guys. Thanks so
All right,
much.
peace and success, everyone.
Bye.